Hello, Aries. Medicine here. Here to send love, light, Reiki, and the word of the divine for the week of the 19th to the 25th of February 2017. And it looks like right here in the beginning we get the Ace of Cups, so this looks like to be a new emotional time for you. It's a time where new dreams may start coming in, new relationships start coming in. It's a time where new dreams, new relationships, new hopes for your future, some new emotional energy is coming in for you in the beginning of the week. And as we go along, we get the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man who's surrendering to the other world, who's surrendering to and allowing for information to come in, is happening for you as we transition through to the middle of the week. We get the Ten of Cups in reverse. Talks mainly about family, or talks about close relatives or loved ones, friends, whatever have you, people that are close to you, that there's this person that you love very dearly, or is very close, very familial for you, in which you don't want to give up on them, but this person is very depressed, and it could be causing a lot of issues within the family. But this is not a time where you want to abandon. This is someone where you really want to keep them together. You really want to keep the love in the family together, and yet there is this one person that's causing a lot of a dissonance there. And we get the Queen of Cups in upright position, and the Queen of Cups who's coming in and letting us know that things are going to manifest and grow from the ground up in our relationships and in our dreams and aspirations. She's letting us know that we need to be making sure that we're growing things in a more with our emotions, that we're being more intuitive, and that's how we actually grow things from the ground up, whatever that looks like for you, your relationships, dreams, hopes, aspirations, that we actually grow them from the ground up. So it's going to be a lot of time for learning how to use your intuition to guide you as we reach towards the end of the week. And you might have some assistance with that. There might be someone that comes in the physical world who's willing to help you do that, or who reminds you of the power that you have of intuition to do that for you. We get towards the end of the week here, and it looks like it's the Four of Wands in reverse that we're getting. So the Four of Wands in reverse is it's like that special occasion that didn't end up happening. That time of celebration. We're celebrating getting hired at a job, at a new career, celebrating a graduation, celebrating a marriage, celebrating a baby shower, things like that. This is saying that it might not be happening for some of you. For some of you, you might not have that time of celebration, and that if you do, it may not end up in the best way that you would like it to be. Like, you want it to be focused in on this one thing, and yet it's kind of all over the map. So that's what's going on. That's what card is kind of coming up right now with the Four of Wands. Looking at this for myself, I have to say this is definitely a relationship reading. I have to say that this is definitely, and for some of you it might be with another person that you share. For some of you it's definitely family. It's definitely familial, as in either blood relatives or people close to you that you consider family. For some of you, this might be about the self, because there's a lot of time for being intuitive, for going in and for surrendering to our instincts, surrendering to our intuition and allowing our intuition to speak to us in a good way. There might be some new things, some new relationships happening here for you, but maybe it's a relationship that's not really celebrated. Maybe there's a wedding going on for some of you and it's not really being celebrated towards the end of this week like you would like it to. Maybe for some of you there's a new relationship happening. There's a new relationship happening and it's not being celebrated in the way that it needs to, but that's kind of the overarching thing. I feel like I'm getting redundant here. The idea is that there are relationships that are forming around you, new dreams, new aspirations, new relationships with other people that are forming around you, and it may not be able to, it should feel like you've accomplished something, but it doesn't feel that way, right? It should feel like I've finally gotten to the stage in my life with my relationships. It should feel like a victory won, but it doesn't feel like a victory won to you towards the end there. So there's still some things there that are causing that. What's causing the victory to not feel like a victory? Because this is a small victory, but what's causing it to not feel that way or be that way? That's kind of the question here for you, Aries. We get Lady Titania that comes into the mix. And she says, be joyful. She's reminding us to be joyful. Lady Titania. And look at this. Look at that. When I turned that around, I was like, okay, am I seeing this right? But nope, I'm seeing it right. Lady Titania is coming in to say, be joyful. And let's see what Lady Titania has to say. This is my first time working with Lady Titania, so I'm excited to see what she wants to share with us. Lady Titania speaks, celebrate yourself. There is no true happiness without joy in being who you are. Over this next moon cycle, the forthcoming 28.5 days, many opportunities will come to you to play, revel, dance, and explore the moonlit and joyful part of yourself that has been truly too long neglected. It is time to come forth from the place where you have been taking shelter and quiet time and partake of the joy of good, sweet company. Know that everyone, including the beings of the Dragonfae, is delighted and happy to know of your ability to delight in your own self. Celebrate, and we celebrate with you. Hail, joyful kindred spirit, and be welcome to the feast. Celebrate and we celebrate with you. So maybe she's kind of telling you here, that you're not feeling the victory, that you're not celebrating this, but that celebrate and we celebrate with you. So her divinatory meanings say bringing people together in life-changing, sacred, and meaningful gatherings, mothering others joyously, being greater than you appear to be, understanding the need for joy and happiness in gatherings that delight in the company of soulmates, family agreements and pacts that are reinforced through celebration, coming together in community with friends, finding your soul family, being protected and nurtured by friends and soul family. And a little bit about Titania here. It says that she's a fairy queen, and her name means literally daughter of the Titans. The Titans were the elder gods who were the children of heaven and earth, and sprang from chaos along with the Dragonfae, who are also born of the divine. They include Saturn, Rhea, Oceanus, Hyperion, and others. In Ovid's Metamorphosis, Titania is another name for Diana, as well as other goddesses of the night, queens of the shadow world, ruling over its mystic elements and powers. So, there is no separation. The Titans are the goddesses are the Dragonfae. Like Isis, who personified the feminine generative principle of universal nature, Diana and the others are all nature goddesses. So rather than being a diminutive creature of delicacy and daintiness, Titania is tall, very powerful, and very strong. She is of the elfin race, where the height and the features are very pronounced, with enough Dragonfae blood in her veins to ensure she is a creature who can fly and endure for many millennia. She is one of the oldest ones still with us, and yet her path for this time, and for you, is to help celebrate with others the joy of being alive. Just as you are feeling old, despairing, and fatigued, she will sweep you up in her strong arms, show you the treasures of your life, and lay out a feast for you to partake in with others of your kind. Because being lonely and isolated is no longer an option for you. So in working with Titania, it says to connect with others at gatherings, even if they are very small. Consider hosting gatherings of like-minded souls. Be prepared to balance your inner extrovert and introvert. Understand the need for family and for you to nurture those connections. Very, very deep connections with others can still be playful. I couldn't have said it better myself. That's a beautiful word from Spirit. I absolutely 100% believe in the need to connect with our family. They tell us a lot about who we are and what's going on in our world. Well, sending you love, light, and Reiki. This is your Oracle Medicine. Signing out. Until next reading. Aho mataku asen.